Mother's Day is celebrate about moms. I want to make gift cards for my mom. I'm taking Mommy to McDonald's at Mother's Day. It's something they get to Mother's flowers. That's what Mother's Day is. I did know when I was asleep, but I don't remember. You celebrated because you love your mom. Mommy. Love hearts. Mommy. I'm saying the thing, but today is celebrate mommies. Celebrating our mommies. It's about having loving mommy. It's about having fun with our moms. That's what my day is. A day where you get to celebrate your mom.
Mother's Day is a celebration for mothers who dedicate their lives to their children and their grandchildren and other children. Once you become a mother, you love children.
A mother is this caretaker, someone who loves her children. Her children don't have to be from birth. They can be adopted. They can be children she takes care of in the neighborhood. It's any child you take into your heart and soul and care for.
She's someone who you can always go to, and if you need have questions or something, you can always go to her and ask her anything.
I mostly admire the fact that she can deal with so many kids with so much patience. She has more patience than I could imagine, and it's a gift from God, the fact that she can deal with people for so long and keep her cool.
Support, just the support that she gives for everything, whether it's school, sports, stuff like that, I'd say.
Mother loves unconditionally. A mother is one who says, I'm here for you. A mother is one who holds the family together and encourages and just loves beyond measure.
A mother is someone who God has blessed with children, not only of her own, but with other ones that she can work with, serve, and love. And it's a gift from God to be nurturing her own children, but also nurturing other children that aren't hers.
My mother was amazing. She, I have something I can read at some point, but she was the type who thought, I can do that. She can do that. There's nothing that stopped her.
My mom is an amazing woman. She has a giving heart. She's a servant's heart.
She was a very hard worker, always in the garden, canning, putting up food, meeting the needs of her children, sewing clothes, providing what we needed.
She inspires me to be like the person who I am and not change for anyone.
How she shows affection, as she said, that she just puts everyone before her. She's not selfish at all.
She's really helped me, myself, and everyone around me because she's learned that to give to people and not really look at receiving, which I think is really nice. And she's also just a cool person to look at, and she's just a big role model that I want to be when I grow up.
She was the heart of love in our home.
She was very well educated, and it was on radio and television for quite 10, 12 years, and was on stage, especially at the Fulton in Lancaster. And she had a great deal of confidence, and she taught that confidence and independence to me. And I've been able to convey that and teach that to my daughter, and my daughter's doing amazing things too.
I knew that she would always be there for me, and she would encourage me, and she would just be my number one cheerleader.
She's like the thing that kind of like keeps everything together.
She was just a loving person and a little prankster too.
My mother modeled for me what it meant to serve others and to put others before herself.
We would have people stop in our houses on Sunday mornings. She would give them they didn't have food. She would make sure they had breakfast while she was taking care of her own 7 children. She was meeting the needs of others and even giving them clothes to wear to go to church.
Just her overall love for me and her support of me for everything in my choices, and she always made it to every single sports game she could and every single thing with school, and she always was there to help me with it, and it was just the overall support and love she gave me.
Well, I have 10, and all my kids are unique individuals. They're all strong, confident. I'm very proud of each and every one for a different reason because each one is so different from the others, but I love them all.
Your children can be those you bear, but they can also be those who come to you into your life.
We fostered over 20 kids, and every child is unique, but a lot of children come to us and they have never experienced the feeling of love and acceptance, and so that's one of my main goals, to make them feel that somebody cares about them and they are loved no matter what.
They've taught me a lot, and a lot of life skills, and a lot of importance to discipline and structure. But the biggest thing that they showed me was a stable house with food every day and going to school every day, and that's something that past parents struggled to do.
My great-grandma, she's a person who loves me very much, and she sees me for who I am, and she cares about everyone, and she makes sure everyone's okay at all times, and she's just the sweetest person that I ever met.
I think just to be able to have fun, to love, care and nurture people, and also I hope I have taught my own 3 children to look at the needs of others and consider themselves blessed and just be loving to all those around them.
She was teaching me how to sleep. So, yeah, her teaching me how to sleep. So, I did, and now I suck. But I'm still practicing with my fingers, like a circle.
She's definitely taught me patience and how to deal with everyday life. Things like that, school, sports,
She's definitely taught me how to be more loving and caring to like anyone I ever talk to. Definitely more talkative, and like I'm not so antisocial or whatever. I actually go out and talk to people and make conversations.
She's done more for me than she knows. Like, I guess she doesn't she takes it lightly.
Like, I guess be yourself. You don't have to be the same as everyone else. Have your own interest, and she'll support that.
Yeah.
No. Mom is never wrong. I've challenged that a couple times, and I was always wrong when I challenged it.
I think the best advice she ever gave me was, she always tells me to take it one day at a time. And she told me that when I entered high school, because it was really difficult, I'm a lot of stress, there's a lot of drama and friends and sports. And when she told me that, it just helped me take a step back and realize I could deal with things one day at a time and then move on to the next, and that made things a lot easier.
Separate caution from fear. Don't let fear wall you in or hold you back. Experience as much as you can. See the world. See the differences. But do think twice about the choices that you make. Then make them and be prepared to accept the responsibility and the consequences of those choices. Don't be a victim or point the finger at someone else. Sure, you'll goof up sometimes. We all do. But it will be your goof, and if you made a wrong choice, you have the power to fix it. Just focus on it and do it. Most importantly, stand up straight, throw your shoulders back, hold your head up high, Look at people in the eyes, focus, and just dig right into life.
Throughout the Bible, there are many stories of women who played important roles as mothers and caregivers. These women come from a wide variety of backgrounds and experiences, but they all share a common thread of resilience, devotion, and strength in the face of adversity. When we think of Moses, we typically think about a prophet and a leader for the people of Egypt, but we often forget about how lucky he was to even be alive. The story of Jochebed is an incredible example of a mother's bravery and faith. A mother during the time when the Pharaoh wanted to kill all baby Hebrew boys, Jochebed wasn't about to let that happen to her son.
She came up with a plan to protect him and hid him for 3 months. But when it got too dangerous, she made a basket out of reeds and placed him in it and let it float in the Nile River.
Then Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to bathe, and her attendants were walking along the riverbank. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her female slave to get it. She opened it and saw the baby. He was crying, and she felt sorry for him. "This is one of the Hebrew babies," she said. Then his sister asked Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you?" "Yes, go," she answered. So the girl went and got the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this baby and nurse him for me, and I will pay you." So the woman took the baby and nursed him. When the child grew older, she took him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water."
Obviously, giving up a child is not ideal, but this really showed the length a mother is willing to go to protect the one she loves, especially her children.
I think the mother had a strong faith. In the first place, she deliberately hid the child so he would not be killed. And in the second place, when she knew she could no longer hide him, she found a different solution, which was to put him in a basket in the reeds along the river so that he would be found.
Moses had strong parents, parents that believed that God would watch over their child and would bless him and use him for his purpose.
I can't imagine what it'd be like to have to give up your child. And in that circumstance, to think to put it in a basket and to seal it with tar so that the water wouldn't come in, and to actually say goodbye to your child, that would be devastating.
As a mother, all the things, fear, intrepidation, and yet I'm sure there was some peace there that God granted her because she knew that he was watching over him.
I think it teaches that parents have courage they don't realize they have until they need it. And I think it also shows that parents will risk what is needed to take care of their children.
Even today, this story is still so relevant. Women all around the world continue to show extraordinary acts of courage to protect their loved ones and standing up for what they believe in.
I was always taught that actions speak louder than words, and to live a godly life, to pray, to talk about experiences in your home when good things happen and when sad things happen, that we rely on God for security and hope.
I think today that the problems are certainly different, but I think that mothers have courage when they try to keep their children on a straight path, when they try to find things for them to do that will keep them from being exposed to violence that is present in our world. Drugs are a difficulty, and I think that many mothers show great courage.
The world needs more stories of courage like Jochebed's and the women who have followed in her footsteps, standing up for what's right and making a difference in the world and those we influence, our own children or others.
Being a mother with faith is so important to me because I don't think I could do it without faith. I'm a brand new mom, and obviously there's ups and downs, but being able to pull from the strength of God and hopefully instill that in my child is everything that I hope and pray for.
I talk about God all the time. I openly pray with them. We don't just pray at meals and at bedtime. I encourage them to pray throughout the day for various reasons.
They teach me what's all about Jesus. Mommy taught me how to pray.
I remember in the hospital room said, praying, God, I don't know if I can do this, be a mom to 3 little boys. And I can't do this without you, and I need you to be with me, and I need to be with you. And it just seemed like after that, I had a peace about me that I knew I could do it.
I'm very open about answering questions when they have questions. And if I can't answer them, I tell them I can't answer because there's a lot of questions you can't answer when it comes to God. But I just try to show them that He is here and He's always with them even when we aren't.
I hope that I have been an example to show them that no matter what the situation, God is there. He will get you through it. It might not be the easiest path, but He's there, and you can always depend on Him and not to stray away from God and His work and His power.
She makes sure to just always connect everything to God, and she always says when I'm struggling with life and just things in general with school, she always makes sure to just say that God has a plan for me, and it's God's path that He has for me, and that no matter what, He will be there in the end, and it's the best way for me.
Oh, I rely on God for everything. He helps me get through every day and helps me deal with each person that I need to deal with, the children in my life, the adults in my life. I need Him for everything.
God is with you every day. There's difficult times in being a mother, being a parent, or a caregiver to others. I have to pray to God each day to give me strength.
I just felt so blessed that He gave me 3 children, and they're all miracles. And then 5 grandchildren on top of that, which is just awesome.
Jesus, God. Know that's pretty fun.
Sure, she finds people that lift her up, which I think is a great thing to model because you should surround yourself by good people, like she says.
A mother just puts her kids first and worries about all the other things because everything else can wait.
I don't think words can describe how grateful I am for her and the fact that she was willing to take me in. I mean, I love her a lot. She has done so much more than words can say.
That's what that much.
God just makes women that way. God just makes women can multitask and do many things at the same time, but then they know when to stop and give their attention to their children.
It's not easy, and I don't always feel like I'm doing a very good job of it, but at the end of the day, I do the best that I can. I put my family first above all else, and that's all I can do.
Today, let's take a moment to reflect on the power of a mother's love, determination, her courage, and faith. Whether you are a mom, a supporter, a child, a student, or a recipient, today we give thanks to all women who impact our lives each and every day. Today we pray that we can all strive to be courageous in the face of adversity and make a positive impact in those around us. Even in the darkest of time, love, courage, determination, and faith can overcome any obstacle.
Happy Mother's Day. I love you, Mommy. I love you, Mommy. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Your mother is always with you. She's the whisper of the leaves as you walk down the street, She's the smell of certain foods you remember, flowers you pick, the fragrance of life itself. She's the cool hand on your brow when you're not feeling well. She's your breath in the air on a cold winter's day. She is the sound of the rain that lulls you to sleep, the colors of the rainbow. She is Christmas morning. Your mother lives inside your laughter. She's the place you came from, your first home, and she's the map you follow with every step you take. She's your first love, your best friend, even your first enemy. But nothing on earth can separate you. Not time, not space, not even death.